Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive.
I am ready.
Today, we're going to be
Yeah.
talking about CM Punk
Oh, nice.
and kind of some of the what-ifs in his
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
But before we get started,
Sure.
I would love to know where you guys are listening from.
Oh, good question.
So if you could just drop that in the comments, that'd
Yes.
be great.
Yeah.
And while you're at it,
Absolutely.
tell us, what is your favorite CM Punk moment?
Ooh, I love that.
So, CM Punk,
Big topic.
what a journey he has had.
Yeah.
To really sort of dive into the what-ifs,
Okay.
I think it's important to start back in 2011
Okay.
with the pipe bomb.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what really kind of shook things up.
Exactly. And, fast forward a few years.
Right.
By 2014, he's a top guy,
For sure.
but he's not happy.
No, definitely not. The sources really highlight those backstage clashes with Vince and Triple H.
Yeah.
And just how stifled he felt
Mm-hmm.
creatively. And that all led to his very dramatic exit.
Yeah.
January 2014, gone.
So that's what leads us to today.
Oh,
What if
Yeah.
he never left?
What if he stayed in the WWE? What would have happened?
Yeah. He was already multi-time champion, fan favorite, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But where could he have gone?
Right. And, there were so many rising stars at that time.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan. Just imagine those feuds.
Stop. Hold on.
What?
Punk versus Bryan
Yes.
at WrestleMania.
Oh, come on.
I would pay to see that.
That is money.
But
Yeah.
good at headline.
It's a good question, right? I mean, they were both at the top of their game.
Yeah.
And, this was during the reality era.
Oh, the reality era.
Where you blend real-life elements into the characters. And Punk was a master at that.
Yeah, he was.
It's like blurring those lines between his persona and his real frustrations. It really resonated with the fans.
It's interesting to think how that might have shaped
Totally.
if he stayed in WWE.
Like, he was at the center of it.
Totally.
Imagine how much further he could have taken it. Like his influence on that whole Summer of Punk storyline back in 2011,
Yeah.
which really kicked off that movement toward more realistic storytelling. It's crazy.
So many what-ifs,
Yeah.
potential rivalries. But obviously, reality took a different turn.
It did.
I'm curious, though, listeners, do you think that Punk versus Bryan at WrestleMania could have headlined?
Yeah, let us know.
Drop it in the comments. Let us know what you think.
Now, we were talking about what if he had stayed in the WWE.
Right.
But in reality, he made his return to wrestling
Yeah.
in 2021.
It was a shock.
Huge shock.
Not with WWE, but
Yeah,
with AEW.
AEW, yeah. They were becoming a real contender.
I remember that moment. I was
Wow.
like, oh, my God.
Yeah. The wrestling world was buzzing. It's going to happen.
What's going to happen? It felt like anything was possible.
Yeah, it was huge for AEW. Instant credibility,
Mm-hmm.
tons of new viewers,
Yeah.
all because of Punk. But of course,
Yeah.
AEW had its own set of challenges.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about. Because, yes, there were some amazing matches.
Yeah.
Like Darby Allin and MJF.
Oh, those were great.
Those were phenomenal.
Mm.
But then there was all this backstage drama.
Oh, the brawl out incident,
Yeah.
Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, it
Yeah.
became this huge controversy, overshadowing so much of the good stuff.
Yeah. So that's a question for our listeners.
Okay, yeah.
Do you think that maybe if he had stayed in WWE,
Okay.
which is a little bit more
Structured, yeah.
structured, that maybe he could have avoided
Semi-fair.
that drama?
That's a really good point.
Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, tell us.
Let's discuss.
But you know what? In 2023,
Yeah,
he does the unthinkable.
I know.
He comes back to WWE.
I was shocked. I was like,
Yeah.
after all this,
After
all the tension,
Yeah.
especially with Triple H,
Especially with Triple H.
I did not see that coming.
I know, right?
I did not see that coming.
But this wasn't the same WWE he left.
That's true.
Vince is gone.
Uh-huh.
Triple H is in charge. New era.
Totally new era.
Triple H is smart. He saw Punk's star power,
Yeah,
brought him back. Solid move.
I think so too.
And right away,
Yeah.
there's this rivalry brewing with Seth Rollins.
Oh, it's perfect.
Almost like an echo of that what if he never left, right?
Right.
Two guys vying for the top spot.
But this is not just any rivalry. I mean,
yeah.
Rollins has been so critical of Punk,
Very vocal.
calling him a coward for leaving.
Oh, yeah.
It's personal.
Totally adds another layer to this whole thing.
So you have Rollins, who represents kind of the modern WWE.
Yeah, the polished champion earned his spot.
Earned a spot.
And then there's Punk, the outspoken veteran,
Yes.
always plays by his own rules.
Always. It's like the classic wrestling story.
Yeah, yeah.
Establishment versus rebel.
The ultimate story.
Tell me this isn't going to be good.
And it's more than just their skills in the ring.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, they're both phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the personalities,
Yeah.
the history,
Uh-huh.
those explosive promos. We could see some seriously intense matches here.
Just imagine the trash talk. Rollins bringing up Punk leaving.
You ran away?
Punk calling Rollins a company man.
Oh.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
So, listeners, what do you think? Could this rivalry headline WrestleMania?
Yeah, hit us up in the comments.
Give us your take, because this is going to be good.
It's going to be great. I think it's definitely main event worthy, you know?
Yeah.
The history's there, the styles clash, and they're both so talented. Could be a match we talk about for years.
You know, it really makes you think about CM Punk's impact on the WWE.
Oh, for sure.
All the highs and lows, the pipe bomb,
Yeah, iconic moment.
leaving the AEW drama, it's all connected.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
But this comeback in 2023, it feels different.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a turning point.
For him and for WWE,
Totally.
Triple H at the helm, it's a new era.
Totally new era. And you know what? It brought back that element of surprise. Like,
Absolutely.
you never know what Punk's going to do next. And that's
Well,
exciting.
It's what keeps us hooked.
And that energy is feeding this rivalry with Rollins.
Yeah, totally. Punk, he embodies that anti-establishment spirit, always challenging authority, speaking his mind.
Always.
And Rollins, he's the perfect foil for that.
It's almost a clash of philosophies, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, Rollins is the WWE machine, you know,
The polished image.
polished image, and Punk is the outsider, the one who breaks the rules.
Always pushing those boundaries.
I feel like that resonates with a lot of fans. Like, we admire the dedication, someone like Rollins who worked his way up. Yeah.
Became the face of the company.
Became the face.
But we also kind of love that rebel who shakes things up, right? Yeah,
Punk represents that so well.
perfectly.
And that's why his return is so captivating. It's not just the matches, which are great,
Amazing.
but the story, the
Yeah.
personality.
Totally.
He makes you think differently about wrestling.
He's a disruptor.
He is.
Yeah.
And it makes those what-ifs so interesting.
Oh, for sure.
Like, if he'd stayed in 2014,
Yeah.
would WWE be different?
Would we have this creative freedom now?
Would we? It's impossible to know,
Right.
but it's fun to think about.
It's a thought experiment.
It is. All the potential matches, rivalries, storylines
Yeah.
we could have had, but can't change the past. What matters is Punk's back now,
Right.
and he's not holding back.
And his presence is changing things.
Yeah.
You know, the sources talk about how everyone's stepping up their game because of him.
Oh, like they got to keep up,
Yeah.
elevate their game.
Performances are better. Stories are better. He's raising the bar for everyone.
Yeah, like they're sharing the ring with the legend.
Exactly.
So they got to bring it.
And for Punk, this is his chance to prove he's still the best.
Yeah.
Even after all this time.
To reshape his legacy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, AEW was tough for him.
It was.
But now, this is his opportunity to redefine what CM Punk means in wrestling.
You know, it's funny. We started talking about what-ifs,
Mm-hmm.
but Punk's whole career is a what-if.
Yeah,
Right?
it really is.
What if he hadn't done the pipe bomb?
What if he hadn't left?
What if he hadn't come back?
Every decision, every twist has led us to this point.
And that's what keeps us hooked. We don't know what's going to happen,
Yeah.
but it's going to be good.
It's going to be compelling, that's for sure.
And it all comes back to that question. Can CM Punk get back to the top?
Can he prove he's still the best in the world?
That's the question.
Only time will tell. But it's a story you don't want to miss.
And it really makes you think about, you know, legacy and second chances and just how unpredictable life can be.
It's true. And what's interesting to me is, you know, Punk has stayed relevant.
Yeah.
Even when he wasn't wrestling, people were still talking about him.
Right.
That says something about his connection with the audience.
Yeah, he's become more than just a wrestler, right?
Absolutely.
He's like this cultural icon.
Yeah.
He represents that rebellious spirit.
That authenticity.
Yeah, you can't manufacture that.
You can't. He's earned it by being himself, being vulnerable, speaking his truth.
And he's never been afraid to challenge things.
Right.
Make people think, push the boundaries.
That's what makes him so interesting to watch.
That's why people love him. It's that realness. They see themselves in him.
Yeah. His struggles, his triumphs, his values.
And that's what makes this feud with Rollins so good.
It's explosive.
Yeah, these two personalities, two different ways of approaching wrestling.
It's captivating. You don't know what's going to happen.
It's like generations clashing, ideologies, styles.
It's a reminder that wrestling is more than just the moves.
Yeah.
It's about the story, the emotion, those moments that stick with you.
And Punk's a master at that.
He is.
Love him or hate him, he changed the game.
Yeah.
And this comeback,
It's cemented his legacy.
it really has. So we started with, what if he never left?
Right.
But now it's, what's his legacy going to be now that he's back?
Yeah, will he reach the top again? Keep pushing boundaries. Rewrite his story.
Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
CM Punk's story, it's not over yet.
No, it's far from over.
Well, that's going to do it for this deep dive.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.